Hey Pilates people, my name is Jessica. Welcome to Connect and Move. Today I have for you the classical reformer flow. We will not be doing everything just because of time, right? It would take us over an hour to get through it all. So I'm gonna be skipping a couple things, but I'm gonna try to stick to the order, okay? So this is an advanced classical flow. There are a lot of things in here that can get real crazy real quick. So if you need to take a break, you take a break, right? Honor your body, please, 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 okay? So you will need, and then your sticky pad for when we do stomach massage. And then of course your box, your reformer, your beautiful self, and then let's get set up with your footwork springs. I have 2 mediums and a heavy. Just know I'm gonna challenge you to do your 100 with your footwork springs, okay? So pick your poison. Let's go ahead and lie down on your back. Go ahead and center yourself. Let's go all 10 toes on, heels together, toes apart. Take a moment here to just find some deep chest opening breath. Feel every finger press down into the mat. Your heels and inner ankle bones hug together. Keep that long neutral spine and press the carriage all the way out, and then get taller as you come all the way home. You're gonna inhale out, exhale in. So like I said, this is advanced. We're gonna be moving a lot faster today. And what I'll most likely do is I'll take the first rep relatively slow, and then we'll move the rest of them fast, all right? So we got 3, and 2, and 1. You pull it all the way in, arches on, hip socket distance apart, wrap the toes and heels around, you press it out on that inhale, and exhale, pull yourself in. Inhale out, exhale in. Feel the back of your thighs, kind of drag that carriage in. Collarbones are pulling apart, tailbone is heavy. Last 3 here, get taller as you come in. 2, and 1, drag it all the way in, heels on, either zipped up or slightly apart. Inhale out, exhale it in. Pull those pinky toes back, but keep the kneecaps looking up to the ceiling. It's almost a little bit of a pull apart with your heels on that foot bar. Get taller, get longer. We got 3, and 2, and 1. Drag it all the way in, back to your first position. Narrow Pilates V, or right, narrow bend of the knees here. Go and press it all the way out. All right, again, you're gonna get longer and taller as you lower the heels down and under, actively flex your feet, lift the heels up. We inhale to lower, exhale to lift. Inhale to lower, exhale to lift. Feel like the toes are wrapping over as the heels go down and under. Anybody else's ankle popping here? We've got 3. Hug those ankle bones together. Last one, relax the shoulders, lift the heels up, bend the knees, come all the way home. Straighten the legs out over the foot bar, arms reach up to the ceiling, roll yourself all the way up, teaser the legs off to the side, right? You might have to take them down if you have a complicated foot bar. Drop the foot bar all the way down. Keep your springs, if you're able to. Lie all the way down. Hands go into your long loops. Zip the legs up together here at the bottom, right? Either Pilates V or parallel. Strong punch out through the fist, take a big breath in. And then on your exhale, come down into your 100 position. Start pumping for your 100. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Think fists forward, abdomen pulling back. And you are putting the work into the springs. Remember, you can always raise the legs up, right? No worries. Keep hugging through the back of the legs and trying not to let that carriage move. Reach the toes and the fists across the room. Make those arms longer. Are you struggling right there with me? Hang in there. Last 10, 9, 8, 2, 1. Lower down with control. Take the straps into one hand. You're gonna roll yourself up. You're gonna come down to 2 medium springs. So it's 2 red for your balanced body. Head rest is down. All right, so inversion here. Make sure the weight's going into your shoulders, not your head and neck. Arms or legs are down again. Arms are punching up to the ceiling. Zip the legs up together. As the arms come down, legs are gonna float up. You're gonna pause here. Press the arms down into the mat. Then the legs go up and over. Lift the hips up off the ribs. Relax your neck. Now jackknife the legs up.
reach the toes up to the sky, keep them up there as you roll all the way down.
Tailbone hits, arms raise, legs lower down to your working angle. Again, punch out through the fists.
Legs go up and over. You can stay in the rollover, or you jackknife the legs up and then roll down.
Roll down, roll down. Tailbone hits.
Up and over. Long neck, long arms. Reach the toes up if you're taking that option. And then lengthen down, all the way down. And then from here, bend the elbows down into the mat, hug the knees into the chest for coordination. Arms and legs go out, hold. You open, you close, drag the knees all the way in, bend the elbows, straighten the arms, straighten the legs. Only the legs open, they close, all the way in, bend the elbows, hang in there, open the legs, close the legs, drag it all the way back in. One more time. Think of those legs moving into resistance. Open, close, and all the way back in. Bend the elbows, lower the head. I think this is my first time cueing all this advanced flow. This is tough. All right, so pop one spring off. Turn around, face the back of your reformer. Cross the legs if you need to. You have a palm's distance behind your booty and the edge of the mat. All right, so for some rowing back here. So legs, zip them up together. Press the legs down. All right, try to get them straight. Fists come together. Row the fists into the sternum. Think of the elbows reaching wide and forward. Keep that shoulder girdle stable. And then roll yourself back. Round back, go back. Curl your pubic bone under more. Arms go out to the side. Palms are facing back. You press back, dive the head up and over. Lift the arms, open them, circle them out wide to the sides of the room. To your toes. You've lost spring tension, that's okay. And then roll yourself all the way up. It's a lot of choreography. All right, row in, roll back. Arms go out wide. Open up your wingspan. You press back. Dive the head up and over. Arms lift. They circle out wide, wide, wide. And then stack it back up. Again, roll yourself back. Go to that challenge point. Think of getting the waistband into the mat. Arms go out. You press back. Dive the head up and over. Lift the ribs as you reach the crown of your head to your toes. Arms lift. They circle around and forward. Stack the spine all the way up. Uncross, recross the legs if you had them cross. Back is now flat. Arms at 90, all right? Think of hugging in on an imaginary magic circle. Hinge back with your flat back. Go back, stretch back. Now when you straighten the arms, think biceps to the ears. You come all the way up, 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 up. Round forward when you can't go anymore. Palms face down, scoop the arms down and back. Lift them up, circle them out wide. Circle them around, reach for your toes, right? It's just same ending as before. Hug the legs together, get them straighter. You hinge back. Keep the ribs in, punch the arms up, lift up, grow taller, taller, taller. Round forward, pull the arms down and back. They circle around, they're trying to go up and over the water. And then back up. Last one here, strong grip, long neck. Punch the fists up, up and over. Lift, 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 lift. Palms go down, pull the shoulders out of the ears, lift the arms, circle them around to your toes, and then all the way up. Hang up your straps. Let's turn around, face the other way. Same spring. Hips up against the shoulder blocks, but not quite jammed in them. Take your thumbs, hook them on the long loops. Zip the legs up together, toes are pointed, hug the inner ankle bones together, even if they're not touching, right? You're sitting up tall, pin the elbows back behind you, palms are facing down. Straighten the arms out at a high diagonal pause. You're gonna grow taller as the arms come down. Fists tap the mat. Arms lift, 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 and they're gonna circle out wide to the sides of the room as you stay tall, and then bend the elbows back in, all right? Keep the legs super glued together. Punch the fists out. They're gonna lower. You get taller, collarbone broad. Arms lift, and then open out wide. Lift the crown of the head up to the ceiling. Again, last one, punch the fists out. That's your push-up. Arms come down. Lift up out of your back. Circle the arms around and down. Flex your feet, pull your pinky toes back. You're gonna shave the mat, dive the head up and over, round forward, round forward. Reach the arms like they could touch the floor. Now lift the arms up to shoulder height. Stack the spine all the way up tall. Stay here, same ending as before. Arms lift,
They circle around and out to the sides. Fists into the mat, pin the elbows back. Dive the head up and over. Pull the ribs back as the chest goes forward. Can you lift the heels up? Arms lift. Stack the spine all the way up tall. Arms lift all the way up to the ceiling and open out wide. One more time here. Hang in there. It's a nice stretch though, isn't it? Reach forward. Glue the legs together. Lift the arms. Stack everything back up. Arms lift up, open out wide. Crisscross applesauce. Change up your grip to 4 fingers into the straps. All right, circle the arms around and up where your thumbs and your index fingers are together. Palms are angled more towards the floor. They're going to stay like that. Again, flat back, lift up out of your waist, bend the elbows wide, hands might come behind your head, and then straighten your arms. All right, so if that's not doable, take your hands more to your head or your forehead as you bend the elbows. They go wide. This is your shave, right? It's your pec lat stretch. Inhale as the arms go straight, and exhale to bend. One more here. Inhale out, and exhale to bend in. Last one, I promise. So go out straight, open the arms out wide, uncross, recross. The legs, that is. Strong grip, you lift up even taller. Exhale, hug the fists in, and then open the arms out wide. Exhale, hug in, knees pull wide and down. Feel like you're stacking your spine up a wall, so your head pushes back a little bit. You might even get a little stretch back there. Let's do 2 more here. Wrap those arms around that ball of barbed wire. Last one. Beautiful. And then go ahead and hang up your straps. All right, before you come off, you're gonna place another spring on. So we now have 2 reds or 2 medium springs. You're gonna grab your long box. All right, long box on for our Swan 2. So you're gonna step up onto either your foot bar or that base here. Now, depending on your carriage, your feet might go up against the foot bar. My feet are gonna go into the frame of the carriage, all right? So I'm gonna lower down to where I'm kind of like at the very top of my thighs, but right before my hip crease here, okay? So I'm gonna think of like hugging the box with my hips, so my tailbone's curling under, and I've got a Pilates V with my feet, all right? Let's go ahead and start with your arms reaching forward and think of lifting your abdomen off the box, right? You're probably thinking, well, that's never gonna happen, but just imagine it, right? So you're kind of hugging even with your arms and your pelvis. Now press the carriage out to straight legs. Now see if you can lift the stomach up just a bit more. Feel like you're pushing back, but also up with the legs. Now start to lift the arms up. Can you take your chest with you? Reach your heart forward. Tailbone stays long, pubic bone is reaching down. Now circle the arms out wide. Maybe you lift up even taller, right? We're not gonna do the full today, we're just gonna do some prep. Reach the arms back out in front of you. And as you start to bend into the knees, think of rounding up and over the box, right? It's a very small movement, all right? Again, let's do that again. You go out, right? Tailbone stays long. Think of low belly lifting off the box. Arms lift, chest lifts. Open them out wide. Maybe you can lift up a little bit higher. Arms circle around, reach forward, and then come all the way down. All right, so now take your hands to the sides of the box, and I want you to kind of press yourself out a little bit and then straighten your arms, okay? So I'm lifted up into my extension here. The back of my legs are super active. It's just kind of where you feel like I'm not too far out, too far back. So lift your collarbones, open up your chest. Raise your right arm straight up and then lower it down. Left arm reaches up and down. Keep driving back through your feet, super important. One more time here, lift up and down, lift up and down. One more time each side, unless you want to take both arms up and down. Both arms up, holy hamstrings, Batman, and down. Take your hands down and then go ahead and just pike the hips up. Bring the carriage all the way in, and you're gonna take off a spring. So now we have 1 red or 1 medium spring on. You're gonna lie all the way down for your pull straps. How you feeling? Are you still with me? Please say you're still with me, all right? We're doing this together. So grab on above your hardware. Arms are straight, legs are zipped up. They've got a little lift through the back of the legs. Straight arms, pull the arms down and back, reach the heart forward, lift the chest, and then lower everything all the way down. Pull straps 1, pull the arms down and back, roll the chest open, and then lower everything down. Only one more here. Pull the arms down and back, hug the arm bones into your center line, and then all the way down. Take your grip to the long loops. Arms lift up. Think of them lifting up out of the water, but your chest going down. Lead with your pinkies, pull the arms wide and back. Hold, 2, 3, arms lift up higher, chest lowers down to your start position. Open up your wingspan, pull them wide and back. Reach, reach, reach. Keep the palms facing down to the floor, keep the legs zipped up. Last one. Find a little external rotation, those upper arm bones. Arms lift, chest lowers down. Beautiful. Hang up the straps. Go ahead and come off. 2 springs on total. So 2 medium, or for me it's 2 red. I'm gonna grab the straps kind of behind me here. I'm gonna take one hand on the edge of the box, foot goes forward, other hand on. So I kind of slide myself forward. This box is kind of big. And then from here, I'm gonna round back, knees into the chest. Arms are up kind of like you're rowing. So head is off the box here, right? This is your backstroke. Stay in spring tension, stay in your chest lift. Arms and legs lift up on 1. They open on 2. They circle around, reach your hands above your thighs. This is your working 100 or your low 100 position. Bend everything all the way back in. Again, arms up. Open on 2, circle around, reach, 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 and bend everything back in. Last one like this, lift, open, circle around, reach. Maybe curl up 1 more little inch, and then bend everything back in. Oh, we gotta reverse it. Arms and legs go out. Hold, hold, hold. They circle around and up, and bend everything back in. Woo, last one, reach, hold, 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 circle around, up, lower down. Take the straps into one hand. Can you swivel up and take a spring off? I can't, my box is kind of big. So now we're down to 1 medium spring for your teaser. Please, please, please take this at your own pace, all right? These are tough. Hips, they're on the box. Lie all the way down. You're in this upside down swan or extension position. Zip the legs up, find the Pilates V. Reach out through your hands, start to find some spring tension. From here, head lifts up, look at your stomach. Reach up, lift up. Can you lift everything up? Think pinkies to pinky toes, and then hold here. Can you draw your sternum back a little bit more, but turn your palms facing up to the ceiling? Yes, and now lift the arms up as everything rolls down, rolls down, rolls down. Everything comes down. Try to take that roll down as slow as you can, especially if you're struggling with this, all right? So find the back of the legs, push into the straps, use your exhale in your sticky spot. Roll up, roll up, roll up, pause. Just stick it and hold it and breathe in it. Lift up even taller. And now start to lift the arms up as you roll the pelvis back, roll back, everything goes back. We have 1 more. You got this. All right. Spine spring tension. Roll yourself up. Bend your knees if you got to. Now, can you lower the arms down a little bit? And then lift them back up. Inhale down. Exhale lifts you up. Again, inhale down. Exhale, reach from the back. Last one. Scoop up into the straps and then lower everything all the way down. Go ahead and hang up your straps. We're gonna take the box off. We're gonna skip horseback and our breaststroke today. So box comes off. Once it's off, headrest is gonna come up, foot bar is gonna come up, and you're back to your 2 medium springs, all right? So for your long stretch, it's just a plank with a press out. So hands are on, balls of the feet come into the headrest crease, opposite leg comes right up with it. Find your strong plank position, zip the legs up, lift your heels high, press the carriage back with straight arms, and pull the carriage in. Find a little pull apart on that foot bar, and drag it in. Tailbone stays long, lift up through the base of the ribs, and pull it in. You got 1 more in you. Stay long. Find that space in your upper back, come all the way in. Carefully lower the knees down. Take your feet to the shoulder blocks. Shimmy yourself back a little bit so you can get a real good firm planting of the feet into the blocks. From here, reach your pelvis forward and up. Find your extension here. All right, so little external rotation of those upper arm bones. Press the carriage back, stay in extension, and then lift, lift, lift to bring you back in. Press it out, and then pull it in. Find some inner thighs here, and play around with the idea of like kicking the shoulder blocks up like you're kicking sand. Let's do one more. Come all the way in, and then from here, nod your chin. Can you keep the carriage in as you lift, roll yourself up. Heels are now kind of just halfway down onto the shoulder blocks. All right, so round and lift into your spine. Hands on the foot bar, constantly pulling them apart. From here, press the carriage out, lower the hips down. This is your up stretch. Pull the carriage in. When you can't go any further, you nod your chin and then curl the tailbone under to pull the carriage in. Think of doing this with no springs. So carriage goes out, right? Think low abdominals to pull it all the way in, 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 in. Last one here. Press it out. Curl, bring it in, 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 in. I lie. Let's do one more. We're going to play. Press it out. Hold here. Can you find extension? Reach your heart forward. Pull the carriage in as far as you can. Press it back. And then round your spine a little bit. And then pull the carriage all the way in. Place your feet down for elephant. Round and lift into your spine. Lift up through the base of the ribs. Lift up through the base of the ribs. And now shift your weight forward ever so slightly. All right, press the carriage back and pull it in. Right, it's the same thing as that up stretch, right? Should feel like your pubic bone is constantly chasing your navel. Again, find your inner thighs, tripod connection down through your feet. You have two. Lift that sternum up. Last one here, pull the carriage all the way in. All right, heels, they go back up halfway. Good, can you keep the carriage in? Right leg goes back behind you. It stays lifted, hips stay square. Press the carriage back and pull it in. You are still round in your spine. And in. Last one, out and in. Can you get the arms straight? Reach the right leg out to the side. Press it back and in. Back and in. Back and in. Right leg sweeps to the springs. Press it back and in. Whew. Try to lift that leg up, up, up. Last one. Bring it in. Keep it in. Place the foot back. Keep the carriage quiet. Left leg goes back. Square off through the hips. Round the spine. Press the carriage back and in. Hang in there. And in. Last one. And in. Left leg goes out. External rotation, that left leg. Press it out and in. Arm straight. Out and in. Last one. And in. Left leg sweeps forward. Hello, shaky leg. Woo! Lift the stomach off that thigh. Last one. Woo! And then carefully step it off. Oh yeah, all right. Long back arms. Shake out those wrists, shake out those hands. You're gonna have a seat on your foot bar, facing your shoulder blocks. Hands are on. Do what you can here, okay? So heels, get them up against the shoulder blocks. All right, from here, lift up out of your waist. Now bend your elbows narrow. Press the carriage out. So arms are gonna go straight here. Roll the hips up. Pull the carriage in with straight arms. You lower down, bend the elbows. Press the carriage out. Lift up, pull the carriage in. Two in the reverse, drive the carriage out. When you're out, elbows bend. Pull the carriage in and then press yourself up. Drive it out. You lower, pull it in, come all the way up. You got 3 tricep dips for me? Yes, you do. Dig down into those heels, pin the elbows back. Last one, come all the way off. Oh yeah, grab your sticky pad for stomach massage. We're gonna go back to your footwork springs, okay? So I had 2 mediums and a heavy. You're gonna place your sticky pad, if you have one, on like a runway strip. If you do not have a sticky pad, highly recommend going with 2 mediums and a light spring here. You wanna get on the fancy way? Let's do it. I heard a yes out there. So right hand goes onto that outside shoulder block.
right foot onto the, what do you call it there? Left foot on, right? So I'm gonna shift my weight forward, hips come down. I'm pretty uncomfortably close right now, that's part of the point. Hands come to that front edge of the mat. I'm in a Pilates V here. My arms are pulling myself forward, but my belly is pulling back, all right? So go ahead and press the carriage out. Keep the abdomen pulling back, and then lower the heels under. Lift the heels up. Even though you're rounded, you're still trying to stay tall. Inhale to press it out. Hold the breath as you lower and lift. Exhale to come all the way in. Inhale out. Exhale to come all the way in. Hold that breath on the out if you can. Lower, lift, come all the way in. Last one, inhale out. Exhale to bring you in. All right, can you keep your feet there? Reach down, pop off your heavy spring. Arms reach out in front of you. Circle the arms around and back. Find either the shoulder blocks or the mat in front of the shoulder blocks. So from here, lift up tall, press the carriage out and hold. Now, some of you, arms might be straight. I have orangutan arms, so they're gonna be bent, all right? So you're staying tall and lifted here. Lower the heels under, lift the heels up. You get taller to pull yourself home. You press it out, you lower, you lift, pull yourself home. When you're coming home, bend the knees only to armpit distance, or try to, right? There you go, pull it home, right? That's a hamstring curl. Last one here. You lower, you lift, get taller to come all the way home. Now, can you keep the carriage still? Circle the arms around, reach them out in front of you. Think of them pressing down into something. You press the carriage out. Keep reaching the arms over the springs, and then bend the knees, come all the way home. No heel lower and lift. Press it out, lift, lift, lift. Pull the carriage all the way home. Equal weight into your feet, and then drag it home. Now you press it out. We're gonna lift and twist to the left. We lift, lift, lift. Come all the way home, press it out. We lift and twist to the right. Open up your wingspan. Find your upper back to twist you. And then come all the way in. Last one here. I lie, one more each side. Lift, lift, and all the way home. Open up your wingspan, glue those legs together, and then come all the way home. All right, we're not doing a monkey stretch because we're doing tendon stretch, okay? All right, so from here, I'm going to place all springs on for your tendon stretch, okay? All of your springs on. You're going to have a seat on your foot bar, okay? So heels are going to be hanging off the edge of the mat, and you're going to be kind of at like the middle of your arches here, okay? So carriage is going to stay in. Trust yourself, all right? Trust the equipment. I want you to straighten the arms, straighten the legs. Dive the head forward and drive the heels down towards the floor. Try to get the legs straight, and then round and lift into your spine. And then from here, I just want you to lean forward and then lean back. Lean forward, lean back. Keep the push into the arms. Keep lifting up through the spine and the ribs. And then from here, just go ahead and bend the knees, place the feet down. Now, if you were like, ooh, I just want to stay there, that was a bit much, right? Stay there. Otherwise, I'm going to cue the full tendon stretch. We're just going to do both legs today, right? We won't do single legs, so 2 medium springs on here. 2 medium springs. Can you keep the carriage in as you now stand up? You're in a tiny little Pilates V. Arms and legs stay straight. Hips roll under you. You press the carriage out, out, out. Stay rounded and then lift and come back up. Bring the carriage all the way home. Dive the head forward. Press the carriage out. Reach the tailbone under. And then pull yourself all the way up, up, up. If you're tight, it's a massive stretch, right? Pull those shoulders away from the ears. Lift, 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 lift. Last one. Roll the tailbone under, round the spine big time. Fight for that stretch. Lift, 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 and have a seat. We step off. Nice work. From here, sticky pad, it can go away. We're done with it. Foot bar, it's gonna come all the way down. We're gonna stay on those 2 springs. Head rest is gonna come all the way down. So everybody come to 2 medium springs for me. Head rest is down, foot bar is down. You're gonna lie all the way down. All right, from here, you're gonna reach back. Can you, right, extra challenge, without moving the carriage, can you roll the hips up off of the mat? take your feet into the short loops. From here, pull your heels to your seat, roll your hips and your bottom down. Weight the arms into the mat, find a little Pilates V, press the legs out. All right, legs are gonna float up, up and over. Arms get longer. Notice this is your tendon stretch right here. Keep the hips lifted as you bend your knees into the blocks. From here, pull your heels to your seat and then roll down like a little ball. Massage the waist, right? It's called short spine massage. Press the legs out. Legs go up and over. Lift up, close the carriage, relax the front of the throat, bend the knees in, pull your heels to your seat, and then roll down like a little ball. Okay, we're gonna play here. So legs come up and over. Hug the back of the legs in, and then take a moment here and just give yourself an exhale. And now bend the knees into the blocks. Keep the feet over the face as you roll the hips away from the feet. You're gonna try to go all the way down to where your legs go straight, fight for that straight leg, and then pull your heels to your seat, and then hips lower down. All right, legs go out. They lift up and over. Take that exhale at the top here, and then bend your knees in, and then roll your hips away from your feet. And then once you feel like you can't go any further, give yourself another exhale, and then pull your heels to your seat. Isn't that lovely? All right, go ahead and take your feet off. Hang up the straps. All right, we're here for semicircle. So find your feet to the foot bar. Pilates V, take your hands to the shoulder blocks. Slide yourself all the way out, arms go straight. So we're in this lifted, crazy straight arm bridge here, right? So knees, only shoulder width distance apart, okay? Nothing crazy, right? So can you keep your heels lifted and super glued? The arms are gonna stay straight. Just start to roll down with the carriage in. Obviously be mindful of all the equipment and things. Once your tailbone is down, or once you can't go any further, you're gonna press the carriage out about 3/4 of the way. From here, think of stretching your waist to roll the hips up. Carriage stays quiet, carriage stays quiet. Lift your pubic bone up to the sky. Pull yourself all the way home to get that lovely thigh stretch. And then roll down, roll down, roll down, all the way down. Drag your bottom across the floor of the springs, and then roll yourself up. Think like a true massage. Come all the way in. Let's do 2 in the reverse. You drive it out. Soften the sternum, soften the ribs, the belly, the hips, all the way down. Drag it in. Roll yourself all the way up, 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 up. Think of dragging your pubic bone along the ceiling. Make sure your neck is still long, and roll down. Push into the shoulder blocks. All the way down. Pull yourself all the way home. Roll your hips up. From here, lift your heels up high. Circle the arms around. Grab onto your ankles if you're able to. If not, grab onto the frame. Grab onto something. And then from here, I want you to drive the heels down as your pubic bone goes up higher. And you should be getting this yummy stretch on the top of the thighs. From here, go ahead and let go. Grab onto your shoulder blocks, and then pull yourself all the way up. All right, from here, let's roll you up. Let's come kneeling. We're gonna stay on these 2 springs. I know it's heavy, so just be careful. Hook your feet around the edge of the mat, all right? Shins, hip socket distance apart. Okay, tailbone is long. You're gonna reach down, grab your long loops, all right? Unless you're feeling beast mode, you can choke up a little bit more, okay? Find some inner thighs here. Make sure the feet are hooking. Give me a slight pitch forward till you feel the back of the legs kick on. Arms stay straight. Pull the arms down and back, you pause. Hold. Punch the fist down. Get taller. Turn your head to the right. Turn your head to the left. Turn your head to center, and then slowly release. Again, tiny pitch forward. A lot of hammies. Pull the arms down and back. Strong, straight arms. Turn your head to the left. Turn your head to the right. Turn your head to center, and then slowly release. Take your straps into your favorite hand. Sit the hips back. Place on a light spring. I have 2 reds and a blue here. I'm gonna walk my knees up against the shoulder blocks. Still hip socket distance apart. I'm gonna choke up, kind of on that webbing where the straps converge.
all that. All right, so press the shins down. You know, sometimes when you say a word and it comes out and you're like, that's not right. But anyways, here we are. All right, so find your inner thighs. We're here for thigh stretch. Arms stay straight. You hinge back, go back, stretch back. Keep the pubic bone going forward and then push down into the shins to lift yourself up. You're going back in one solid piece. Neck stays long and come all the way up. If this is too much on your neck or just maybe your back, stay looking down at your stomach or your thighs, your boobs, something here, and then come all the way up. The next two, I'm gonna cue with extension though, so all right, you do you. So I'm gonna go back, all right, find that point, and then from here, chest puffs up, spear through the upper back, take the gaze up, find the inner thighs, and then nod your chin to kind of roll yourself all the way out of it. Last one here, go back, stretch back. From here, chest lifts, shoulders roll open, go back, stretch back, nod the chin to come out of it, come all the way back up. All right, hang up those straps. We're gonna turn around now. You're gonna come down to one medium spring. One medium, that's one red for me. Get your feet up against the shoulder blocks, like really get a good connection here. Reach back for your long loops. All right, from here you come up into that active kneeling position. Hug the inner thighs, all right? I like a soft bend here to the elbows. You wanna go straight arms, go for it. Reach the arms up and then lower them down. These are your teaser arms. Exhale, reach the arms up and then lower down. Think fists forward, sternum going back and down. All right, now let's play with some arm circles. Reach the arms up, they open, they lower down. These don't have to be big, all right? Last one here, reach up and down. Once your arms are at your hips, think of this reach coming from your back, right? We're just reversing it. Press back through those feet. Last one here, circle the arms around and up for your shave. Thumb and fingertips together, palms are facing down. Gaze is just out in front of your foot bar there. Bend the elbows wide and then straighten the arms back out. Exhale to bend. Inhale to go out. Tailbone is long here, y'all. Lower half is just doing a bridge. Last one. Arms reach out and away. Open the arms out to the side. All right, find a slope here from ear to fist. Hug the arms in or the fists in. Open the arms out wide. Exhale, hug the fists in. Inhale, open out wide. Exhale, hug them in. Open them out wide. You got one more? Yes, you do. Hug them in. Open the arms and then lower the hips all the way down. So typically, right, for classical, we stay on the same spring for our side, okay? But for today, I'm gonna switch it to a light. All right, they just changed the springs, they're a little heavy. Okay, so I'm gonna be kneeling. Straps are to my left side just so I can face you. Left shin is up against the shoulder box. My left hand is gonna grab onto the long loop. Right hand on my hip, okay? Once again, shins, press them down. Inner thighs, hug them in. Palm is facing in. I'm gonna punch up and then lower down. So this for me, right, I'm not gonna go straight arm all the way up for today, but I am thinking about this reach coming from my back and my lats here. Last one. You reach up and down. Okay, so now I'm gonna switch hands. Body is square, left hand on left hip. I'm gonna row the elbow out to the side. Keep the elbow still in space. Then I extend the arm. I stay square as the arm crosses the body. Elbow goes out, arm goes out. I slowly cross the body. All right, a lot of cross sling action here, trying to stay square. Okie dokie, that was your last one. Take your left hand to the shoulder block, slide the legs together, and then slide the right leg out a bit, and then left leg out a bit. Okay, so hip socket distance. I'm gonna take the arm up and overhead here. Strap is still into my right hand. I'm gonna find this yummy, yummy side bend stretch. Look down to your left hand of the shoulder block. Keep driving the pelvis forward. Elbows stay still in space. From here, can you just straighten that top arm and then bend it back down? Straighten the arm and back down. So a lot of this stuff is all shoulder girdle stability, right? So it's not going up and down, side to side, and it's an awesome stretch. Last one, and then bend the elbow
and let's do the other side. All right. So kneeling, right shin up against the shoulder blocks. Be careful if you're on that light spring. All right, find your legs here. All right, so square yourself off. You punch up and then lower back down. Try to keep that arm in your peripheral. I like to think of this move as almost like a hug from the side, like a hug a moon, I think is what contemporary calls it. Let's do 3. Ears are lifted up to the ceiling, and 2. And last one here. You lower down with control, switch hands. Elbow goes out, hold the elbow still in space, then you punch out. Arm crosses, crosses, crosses. Elbow goes out, you punch out. You slowly cross. So again, the reason for that elbow staying still in space is, right, you're trying to hold the shoulder girdle stable as opposed to shoulder up into the ear. Last one here, go all the way down, right hand down to the shoulder block. I'm gonna take my right leg into my left leg, then my left leg is gonna go out. All right, so find your lovely, yummy side bend. Elbow stays still in space. Straighten that top arm. So as my left arm is doing this, I am pushing down like crazy into my right arm, and I'm lifting up through my ribs. So my ribs are not sinking down into that right hip. Can you guys make your neck a little bit longer? Let's do 2. And last one here, bend the elbow, lower it all the way down. Okay, so now we're gonna do another move, our snake and twist, where we put all the springs on, okay? All right, so remember, all springs are on, but what I want you to focus is keeping the carriage in, okay? So I'm looking at the carriage here from where the shoulder blocks are to my left. So I'm putting my left hand on the shoulder block. Right hand is gonna go directly across from it onto the mat. My right foot comes up onto the foot bar, okay? From here, I'm gonna push into my arms. I'm gonna hop that left leg up, and I'm gonna snake the foot, and you're gonna pause. I want you to work on pushing down, rounding your spine, but also pulling the carriage in. Hold it here. Spin that left knee out to the side and really lift through the ribs. You're gonna hold 2, 3, and then carefully dismount. That's it for today. Let's do the other side. All right, hands on the opposite sides here. Left foot on, every side is different. Be careful, all right? So pop that foot up and pause. Get that left leg straight. Right knee pulls out to the side. Right, there's your side pull-ups onto the chair. Get your head down, lift up through the ribs, round the spine, hold 2, 3, and then lower down. We're gonna leave these springs on. We're gonna come lying all the way down. We're gonna do a little corkscrew and a little controlled balance prep. So corkscrew, headrest is down. It's another inversion. So you can either grab onto the shoulder blocks or the pegs. You pick. I personally like hands on my shoulder blocks, so my elbows are pointing up to the ceiling. Hands on the pegs, elbows go out wide. All right, legs are zipped up, down onto the foot bar. Legs, they lift up and over. Find your rollover position here. Check your neck, check your chest. Shift the legs over to the right. You're gonna roll down that right side. Roll down, roll down. Legs are gonna circle down to the right corner. Left corner, they roll up your left side. Square yourself off. Can you get the legs straighter and the hips higher? Legs shift over to the left. They roll down, circle the legs down and around and up and over to center. Again, feel the hips stretch away from the ribs. And up and find center. Legs go over, roll down, sweep the legs across the room. And now find center. Relax the front of your throat a little bit more. Check your neck and shoulders. From here, can you jackknife the legs up? Up, up. Keep the weight into your shoulders. Use your arms. And then lower the legs all the way back down. Hips stay still. Reach the legs up, up, up. And then all the way down. One more here. Hang in there. Reach the legs up, up, up. And then roll down. roll down, hips hit, legs go all the way down. Okay, from here, you're gonna slide out to where if you took your arms up overhead in a bent elbow position, right, they would be touching the shoulder blocks here. Okay, so a lot of us, our hips are gonna be into the well, okay? So I'm gonna grab onto the shoulder blocks. We're not gonna do full control balance, we're just gonna play today. So bring your knees into your chest, find your rollover again, okay? So my elbows are pointed up to the ceiling here, weight is into my shoulders. From here, reach your right leg up and away, like it's doing a single leg jackknife. Now from here, my left leg is gonna lower down. Take your left elbow out to the side, so you have room for the leg. And then from here, left leg goes up, we pass, right leg comes down. Right elbow makes way for the right leg. You're reaching for the side of your carriage. And then up. All right, hang in there with me. Think of your legs into your leg springs. Reach the leg up and away. All right, zip the legs up together. Bend the knees into the chest. And maybe you can pull yourself up or just carefully roll down, right, because you don't have support there. All right, we're gonna come up now. Headrest is going to come up. You're gonna change it to 2 medium springs, okay? So 2 medium springs are on. That's 2 reds for balanced body, and your foot bar is gonna come up. We're gonna come kneeling for your knee stretches. So get a good connection as much as you can through the soles of your feet. Find some inner thighs here. Hands are on, arms are straight, round through your spine. Find that pull apart on the bar, press the carriage back and in. So all this is a bent knee elephant, right? We did it standing on the carriage earlier. Upper half stays pretty still while the lower half really challenges the core to hold the spine in this rounded position. Last one here, bring it all the way in. Now we find more of an arched back, right? If that's too much, right, you go flat back. We press it out and in, out and in. Feel like your heart is reaching forward. Notice my legs are not going straight. All right, drive back to the inner edges of your feet for 3 and 2 and 1. Bring it all the way in. All right, you ready for this? Knees off, round your spine. Keep the carriage in, float the knees up, press it out and in. Try to eventually start to sit the hips back. So you kind of lean away from that foot bar. Knees come under, under. Exhale, under for 2 and 1. Bring it all the way in and lower down with control. Come back to your footwork springs. 2 mediums and a heavy for our running and our pelvic lift. We're in the home stretch, y'all. All right, all 10 toes on, parallel hip socket distance. Arms into the mat, press it out. Let your neck and shoulders relax. Lower your right heel under as your left knee bends. Lift up through high heels first and switch. So how stable can you keep your pelvis as these legs, knees, ankles are moving? Find that broad collarbone. It's a flex and a point. Flex and a point for 4, 3, 2, 1. Lift the heels up, bend the knees, come all the way home. Just know your headrest is up here, okay? So we're not going in a crazy bridge. Heel pockets on, shoulder width distance apart, wide shoulder width distance, slight external rotation. Roll the tailbone off the mat and pause. There is like this 2 to 3 inch distance between the mat and your tailbone, not the cheeks, right? Because they kind of hang down. Keep that little hover, press it out, and think of pulling in on the foot bar as you come in. So ribs stay bolted to the mat, and it should feel like your pubic bone is curling back to your navel. Remember, think of getting longer as you come home. Neck is long. I love pelvic lift. Let's do 3. Keep pulling in on the foot bar. And 2. And last one here. Pull it all the way in. Roll that tailbone down. Awesome. Let's go ahead and roll you up. I want you to come to a medium and a light. Now, if the medium and a light doesn't give you enough support,
go back to 2 mediums, okay? Like I said, these springs are a little new, so the 2 reds are kind of bullying me. So for, all right, so we're gonna take our hands onto the shoulder blocks, feet come up onto the foot bar, okay? So right up into it. So you can either be Pilates V or parallel. Find the top of your plank. Hold here. You're gonna press the carriage out a little bit and in. Out a little bit and in. Now if you wanna stay with this, you stay with it. Otherwise, you can lift a leg up as you press the carriage out and in. Lift the other leg up and in. Keep your tailbone long. Think of this coming from your seat. For 2 and 1. Pike the hips up and go ahead and step off. Now, we do it other way. All this is your mat work, all right? So, it's gonna be the palms facing back. One foot comes on, other foot comes on. I'm in a Pilates V, okay? Press the carriage out to straight legs. From here, as you press the carriage back with straight arms, drive the pelvis up a little bit, and then pull the carriage back in. Up and in. Now from here, can you lift a leg up as you press the carriage back? Control it. Squeeze the back of your arm. Let's do 1. Last one. Here, good. Bend the knees, pull the carriage home, and step off. Woo! Hadn't done that one in a while. All right, so come back to your 2 mediums. We're gonna do our front splits. So I want you to step off or step onto the carriage. Hands come on to your foot bar. Right foot goes halfway up your shoulder block, and your left foot, left balls of the foot come onto the foot bar. However which way you like to get back there. Sorry, we're moving so fast, I'm losing my words here. So from here, strong straight back leg. Think of like flattening your back here a little bit. Now press the carriage out, trying to straighten your front leg. All right, and then just pull the carriage in. Hands stay onto the foot bar. So I want you to think of this left hip going to your right inner thigh. Now, if you want to keep your hands on the foot bar, you're more than welcome. Or, right, we can come up into this standing position. I don't care what you do with your arms today. You press it out and then pull it in. Think of that front leg doing a hamstring curl. Go ahead and come all the way in. You're gonna round down, take your hands to the foot bar, gently lower that back knee down. Slide the entire foot up against the shoulder block, or as much as you can, of course. Now drive the pelvis forward to where you feel this massive front thigh stretch here. From here, you press the carriage back. It's an equal push through your front and back leg. And then bring the carriage all the way in, lifting up taller, taller, taller. Again, press it back. And then drag it all the way in. Again. Think of that left heel kind of swiveling out as your left hip draws down to your right inner thigh, and then come all the way in. Stay in. Pull with your left arm. Right arm goes up and over. Up and over. Keep driving the pelvis forward. Take a big breath in, and then on your exhale, come all the way up. Switch sides. So right foot comes up onto your foot bar. Left foot, hop it back. Try not to bang around the carriage like I am, y'all. From here, try to get a flat back. Get yourself square as you press the carriage back, and then pull it in. So think of your left hip trying to pick up to your left rib cage, your right hip drawing to your left inner thigh. And I'm hoping that just deepens the stretch. Right? Take the arms up if you're ready for it. If not, keep the arms down, right? No worries. Every day's a little different. I don't know about you, but I'm a little extra shaky today. Try to keep that back leg razor, razor straight. Staying lifted and long through your spine, whether you're down or up. Woo! Come all the way in. Arms come down. Drop that knee down carefully, carefully, carefully. Shimmy the foot back. Drive the pelvis forward. In fact, pull with your arms here. And now chase that stretch in your front body as you press the carriage back or out, however you want to look at it. And then pull the carriage in. Even though your legs are split right now, think of them hugging in. And then all the way in. Again, press it out. And then drag it all the way in. Right hand stays down. You're gonna find a little pull there. Left arm goes up and over. Keep lifting that left hip up and driving back through your heel. Take a big breath in. And then on your exhale, you're gonna come all the way up, hand comes down. And honestly, if you stayed to the end with me, I really appreciate you guys. The idea of you watching this and struggling with me motivates me, so I thank you so much.